This is Daniel Poppy, host of How to Write Good. Thanks for listening to the following broadcast on Public House Media.
Hi friends, this is Jeffrey Childs, host of The Cheap Seats, right here on Public House Media. I want to thank you for listening to this following broadcast on Public House Media. And once you're done listening to this episode, I hope you'll come check out my show, The Cheap Seats, hosted with Max Wolpoff. We'll talk about the craziest stories in sports, our insight, fresh perspective that you can't get anywhere else. A new show comes out weekly, each Wednesday morning at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. Don't forget, subscribe on iTunes so that you never miss an episode of The Cheap Seats. You might be in the nosebleed section, but this is one of the best perspectives in the wide world of sports. Thank you again for checking out the following broadcast on Public House Media.
Hello everyone, it's No Filter Friday here on Public House Media, and it's icing. That's not steam, folks. You see the steam? It's icing. Week, considering all the things that have happened with Harvey Weinstein, but let's take a hot second and share this with everybody so we can have that community feel like we like to have here on No Filter Friday. I wish you guys could really see and appreciate all of the coldness that's coming out of my No Filter Friday. Let us share. Let us share. Share. Because it's no fun unless the homies can have some. Share on a page you manage. We'll share on my page. Share on your timeline. Hang on a second. No. All right, hopefully that's it. All right, hopefully that worked. Let's see. Let's do a little refresh here and see if it's working out. Oh, great. Perfect. Wonderful. We did it. We did it, kids. It's a group activity. And that's the point of having a live show and then a podcast. I wish our podcast folks could be, here live with us, but after is fine. After is fine. Whatever you got to do, do it. Here on Public House Media. So my phone was going to die on me, so I had to charge a little bit. I got a super cool phone case. I'm really loving it. It's kind of dirty, but I like how flashy it is. Anyway, so some things. Harvey Weinstein has been indicted, but I guess after he ended up in handcuffs, we knew that was going to happen. And then last week, for the hottest of seconds, we touched on this whole, I guess, the rumblings of Morgan Freeman being called a this, that, and whatever. I'm not totally sure exactly what's up with that. I haven't looked into it yet because I don't know him and I don't really know anybody that's worked with him. But I'm kind of waiting for some more information on it. But maybe after we have our chat about Harvey, we'll have a discussion on what's going on in Morgan Freeman's world, because I don't want that to be true. I don't. But if it is, there's nothing we can do about that. It's just, part of the scandal. So, let us go and see what's going on with our favorite topic here on No Filter Friday, which is Harvey Weinstein It's so funny. Stephen was cleaning out his desk today, and we were finding like little varieties and Hollywood Reporters and stuff like that. And it's like, these are from a few years ago, just from stuff that we've had, you know, come out in print or whatever. So we have a few issues laying around. Or like, it's Sundance, you know, they're sponsors, so they give them out for free. But it's so funny because there's all these like these old like praise articles about like, oh, Harvey, so great, blah 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 blah. Not anymore. The tides have turned. The tides have turned. Okay, so with that being said, Harvey Weinstein indictment. It's so funny. It was kind of fortuitous. Back when I lived in Beverly Hills, I had this the only time I've ever had roommates is when I lived in Beverly Hills, and I lived with this chick, and I lived with this guy who was like a friend of mine. And I was staying in this beach house for a while, and I had to get out of there. It was just like not a thing anymore. So I went to go live with these two. And back when him and I were just friends, I would call him Dave Steve because he reminded me of like Harvey Weinstein because he was skeezy. And this dude was just disgusting. He got arrested on our front lawn a couple times, which I will say isn't a regular occurrence in Beverly Hills, but man, oh man, the pleasure that I get out of seeing somebody get arrested because they're dumb is just, I don't want to say nothing can top it because there's things that top it, but it's definitely up there. Okay. So this is from yesterday. It's June 1st. This is from May 31st, which came out yesterday on Deadline. There he is with the police. Harvey Weinstein back in court next week for indictment arraignment. Okay. After his arrest on multiple rape and sex crime charges last week, Harvey Weinstein is only allowed to travel within New York and Connecticut, but he will be making a trip back to court next week. Now, wow, court next week's going to be fun. Following yesterday's indictment of the once powerful producer by a grand jury on 2 sets of rape charges and a sex crime charge. We all know there's more than that. Where there is, see, that's the thing about like sex crimes and things. Oh, Dave, thank you, Dave, for coming in. That's the thing about sex crimes. Like there's very few people, unless they get caught the first time, there's more, like they're repeat offenders. It's just part of who they are. Anyway. Weinstein is currently scheduled to appear in New York Supreme Court on June 5th. Oh, the timing for an arraignment hearing facing a potential 25 years behind bars if convicted. Weinstein is expected to enter a plea deal at the time the plea looks. Noodle, you better knock it up. My dogs are so crazy. That plea looks certain to be a not guilty based on statements by its primary lawyer in recent days. He's been singing the same song and dance for a while now, but whatever. He can plead not guilty all he wants because there's plenty to go with that. Otherwise, similar in scope to the criminal complaint arraignment hearing on May 25th, the stop in court next Tuesday morning will see prosecutor Joan Aluzzi Orban representing the Manhattan District Attorney's Office. Ooh, it's a lady. It's a lady prosecutor. How very interesting. The Manhattan District Attorney's Office with attorney Benjamin Braffman by his side. This guy has been shucking and jiving for old Harvey. He's been like, he's not guilty. He didn't do anything. He's a perfectly innocent angel. He must be paying him a lot of money. Weinstein will likely be in and out of the courtroom in less than an hour. Ooh, wow, cool. The lone thing that may elongated the proceeding. That doesn't make sense, but okay. The lone thing that may elongated the proceedings is if the new bail application is made before the new judge in the matter. As it is, Weinstein is out right now on $1 million bail with conditions of a $10 million bond, relinquishing his passport, and wearing a monitor to ensure he stays within the Empire State and the provision state. Connecticut's called the provision state. I didn't know that. Did you know that? Most of the time, such conditions are continued as case moves to another court. However, Either side could make a move to change the stipulations. One thing that will change for sure is that the July 30th date set last week for the further appearance by Weinstein in a criminal complaint is now scrubbed off the calendar. Ooh. Oh, Tyler's here and Lance is here. Oh my gosh, it's like an East Coast party. Scrubbed off the calendar. In terms of timelines, it will be months before a trial actually starts. If it gets to that point, representatives from the Weinstein Company co-founder did not respond to requests for comment on the new hearing date or what would be expected then, subject to doing the perp walk. Oh, that was my favorite. The perp walk was my absolute favorite. That was super fun. Subjected to doing the perp walk after surrendering himself to the NYPD on May 25th. After months of investigation, the much accused producer was arrested and charged with. Deadline has got to get a copy editor because there is all kinds of typos in here. Charged with 2 counts of rape, 1 involving force, as well as criminal sexual act in the first degree for alleged assaults against 2 women that occurred in 2013 and 2004. Now, superseding that matter, the same charges were in the indictment that came down yesterday. We remind everyone, really formal accusation, blah, 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 blah. Gosh, his attorney just really goes to bat for him. Oh, Tyler, you're ridiculous, but I love you. We remind everyone okay. After Cyrus Vance, okay. Attorney Braffman said on May 30, after Cyrus Vance Jr.'s office announced the latest legal move, we will soon formally move to dismiss the indictment, and if this case actually proceeds to trial, we expect Mr. Weinstein to be acquitted. Wow, I aspire to that level of confidence that Weinstein's lawyer has. I really do. Like, that's amazing. In addition to being investigated by federal prosecutors, the Manhattan DA and the NYPD allegations against Weinstein have been reviewed by the LAPD, which sent a trio of cases to the LA County DA on February 8th. I wonder which DA got them. As I might do some sniffing around for that. As UK police continue their investigation, the Beverly Hills Police passed 2 cases of sexual assault, that they say occurred in their jurisdiction to Jackie Lacey's office on January 2nd. There are also nearly a dozen lawsuits filed in court against Weinstein from some of the 80 women who have gone public with allegations of sexual assault, and more by the Oscar-winning producer. Well. So let's just have a look at Harvey again, because it's just, oh, it's so good. Look at him there. Next to it, Lady Cop. Oh, how much fun. Well, let's look at pictures. No. Images. Oh, he's not smiling. There he is. He's not smiling. Rose McGowan said he was smiling. Okay, so let's see what Rose McGowan had to say, because I remember it being juicy, but I don't know exactly what she said. Okay, so this is from Entertainment Tonight. There's Rose McGowan there. She needs to get her lip fixed. Anyway, Rose McGowan reacts to Harvey Weinstein's indictment. It's a new chapter for both of us. Following Harvey Weinstein's indictment on Wednesday. Oh, she got on the gram. It's not official unless it's on the gram. She said on Instagram, indicted finally, the actress wrote, I've been indicted by the media he's brought out for years to trash me. Now it is a new chapter for both of us. As we all know, Rose has been calling him to the carpet for years, and finally the carpet showed up. Apparently now the actress now stars in the docuseries Citizen Rose, which examines her experiences with sexual assault in Hollywood and her role in the Me Too movement. I wonder if I can get one of the producers to come guest, possibly. We'll see. But how very interesting. But there is somebody said something about her, Harvey Weinstein. Somebody said something about him smiling. Smiling. Comment? Maybe that'll work. No. Oh, this is interesting. Okay. Body language expert. This is from CBS Miami. Oh, there's a video. See, it's playing. Oh, we've all seen that before. Old news last week. Body language expert on Harvey Weinstein smiling. It was bizarre and suggestive. Harvey Weinstein has finally day in court. 7 months after multiple reports revealed allegations of rape, sexual assault, and harassment against a former movie producer, Weinstein turned himself into New York. Yeah, we know that. Photographs and videos of the 66-year-old Hollywood heavyweight appear to show him smiling at times as he was being led into the precinct. He showed even more of that as he was escorted away in handcuffs when leaving the police department. Body language expert Tanya Ryman believes this was extremely revealing of Weinstein's personality type. This wasn't a smile to say be on my side or hey, I'm innocent. It was bizarre and suggestive that he may feel he is going to get away with this or that I've gotten away with this for so long. I agree. Not that I'm a body language expert, but I agree. That's what it looked like to me. And that's what I think that's what Asia Argento said too. One of the most interesting things I saw is that he kept his mouth open. It's significant because this is a man who is pretty on the ball with how he comes across. To see him standing in court with his mouth slightly ajar was unsettling, she said. When you see someone doing that, a lot of the time it's because they're not in the moment. That was interesting because he usually tries to come across as strong and arrogant. Weinstein was arraigned on Raymond's overall major takeaway from Weinstein today is that his non-guilty plea played a huge factor in his outward body language. When the women in the courtroom said he needed to lure women in, there was a quick look of shock from him. Then he gets angry as his mouth gets tight and his shoulders go up a little bit and his eyes go up, she says. There was a moment of disbelief. He looked insecure at certain points and arrogant at other moments with a smile. Just last week, actress Asia Argento spoke about when she says her first experience at Cannes. Yeah, we did that last week. So I thought the same thing. I had a feeling that I think he thinks he's going to get away with it, especially with the man's been getting away with it forever, and lots of people have, but since he's been on house arrest, I don't think he's really so loud in the evening. Anyway, he's been getting away with it for so long, and since he's been on house arrest and things, I don't think he's really understood how much this town has changed. I don't think he's getting it because, hello, John Glantz, how are you? I don't think he's getting how much it's changed. I really don't think he knows. Tyler, you're still here, I think. Do you feel like things have changed around town? Because I feel like they have. I felt like people, A, being careful on what they say and do, or B, lots of executives have gotten fired. We talked about that last week. That are getting replaced with new, less, shall we say, liability pinned on them. I feel like it's changed around here. I think we're turning over a new leaf, and there's seats at the table to be filled. But that's just my opinion. But I think he does think he's going to get away with it. I think he thinks he's going to throw money at the situation. He's going to use that $600,000 that he spent in, putting together dossiers on the people that have accused him to undermine their credibility. And I think he thinks he's going to get away with that. But he has a lady judge now, so we'll see how that goes for the old Steen. I mean, and really too, even if he does get, acquitted of the current charges in New York at this exact second, that doesn't mean that anything else is going away. I think he's just going to get bounced around to different police departments until somebody sticks it. Because there's over 80 people accusing, and the ladies that are, the ladies in New York that have accused him now are not public. They don't have big names, and furthermore, I don't think some of their names have come out. So if he doesn't get away with this, or if he does get away with it and it doesn't stick to him, they're just going to keep going up the ladder to people that are a bigger and bigger deal. I think that's what it seems like to me. That's what I would do if it was my job to prosecute Harvey Weinstein, which is certainly not. But if it was, that seems like what they're going to do. I mean, that's what happened with Bill Cosby. That's how they got old Bill. They just kept moving up the ladder until something stuck. And I think, considering there's so many, so many, I think he'll be lucky to, get only half of them brought down on him. But anyway, let's get going over to this Morgan Freeman situation, because I've heard that's gotten a little bit sticky, but I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe not. I'm going to put this down just a little tiny bit. Maybe not. Let's see. Morgan Freeman. All right, so this is from CNN. That's not good enough. Okay, let's try the Guardian. We'll see how this goes. Morgan Freeman accused of sexual harassment by 8 women. There's this, aka God. Ooh, at his production company. Oh, that's where this gets sticky. Okay, a new report alleges that the actor subjected women to sexual and verbal harassment on film sets at his production company. This is from The Guardian. Morgan Freeman has been accused by 8 different women that say he subjected them to inappropriate remarks about their bodies, alleges that he harassed them on set of his films, his production company, Revelations Entertainment, and at press junkets. One woman who is in the summer of 2015 works as a production assistant on the set of the comedy Going in Style. Oh, that's such a good movie. If you haven't seen Going in Style, watch it. It's hilarious. She said she experienced months of harassment, claiming the actor touched her inappropriately and frequently commented on her figure and clothing. And on one occasion, she says, kept trying to lift up my skirt and asking if I was wearing underwear. Alan Arkin, a co-star of the film, reportedly told Freeman to stop. Morgan got freaked out and didn't know what to say. The accuser, who chose to remain anonymous, said. Another woman who was part of the production staff in the 2012 heist thriller Now You See Me alleges that Freeman harassed her and an assistant make crude comments about their bodies. They need copy editors in this world, like something fierce. We knew that if he was coming by, not to wear any top that would show our breasts, not to wear anything that would show our bottoms, meaning not wearing clothes that were fitted, she said. In that statement, Freeman said, anyone who knows me or has worked with me knows I'm not someone who would intentionally offend or knowingly make anyone feel uneasy. I apologize to anyone who felt uncomfortable or disrespected. That was never my intent. Good statement for you. Okay, the co-author of the report, Chloe Mellis, was one of the 3 entertainment reporters to accuse Freeman of behaving inappropriately during encounters with press. Mellis, who interviewed Freeman at a press junket for Going in Style, said when she was 6 months pregnant, he said, while shaking her hand and not letting go, told her, boy, do I wish I was in there. Adding, you were right. What does that even mean? I don't even know what that means. I don't even know if that's sexual. It's so strange. Another reporter, Tyra Martin of Chicago's WGN-TV, said that several occasions where she interviewed Freeman, he remarked on her appearance. When I stood up, I pulled my skirt, part of my dress down, and he said, oh, don't pull it down now. Martin told CNN, they gave me a pause, but I never felt uncomfortable. Oh, his Lori McCreary of his production company said they were described a toxic workplace atmosphere with 6 former staffers claiming they had witnessed Freeman behavior firsthand. I don't know if this is going to stick, man. A former manager of the company said Freeman would come over to my desk to say hi, and he'd just stand there and stare at me. He would stare at my breast. I don't know if that's sexual misconduct. She said she stopped wearing a skirt around the office when he was there. Another Revelation staffer said that the actor, while surrounded by a group of men, once looked at me and said, "How do you feel about sexual harassment?" Oh, man. Rough. SAG released a statement as a union. I mean, I don't know. We'll see how this goes for Morgan Freeman, but I mean, maybe there might be some issues within his production company, but I don't think anything criminal is going on. And really, too, it's his production company, so they may be able to make something stick. I'm not totally sure. I think we're going to have to wait for this whole Morgan Freeman thing to unfold a little bit more and to see if anybody actually files like an actual lawsuit for any money or has any kind of proof, because then it's just like an intercompany matter that they probably signed a bunch of paperwork over when they started. But the press people, I don't know. The journalist ladies, we'll see what happens there. But that comment didn't even, like, it was just weird. It wasn't sexual, but oh my, what do I know? Not much. Anyway, that's it for a seemingly quiet indictment week here on No Filter Friday on Public House Media. Check out the podcast on Google Play and iTunes and iHeartRadio. Give us a review or some stars or a thumbs up or a heart or something, whenever those platforms do. And check out other shows on the platform like Beauties and Headcanons and Coffee with Keith and Katie and Choose to Rise, all those fun shows that are much less heavy than mine. And I will see you all next week. See you later, kids.